Welcome to Rob Schmitt tonight. Over the past few years, an incredible amount of corruption has been exposed in Washington. The fear of conservative populism upending deep state control pushed the D.C. bureaucratic state to make serious moves against we the people. Destroying Trump before he could dismantle our bloated, overgrown, ineffective, self-serving government was the top priority. Washington decided rather than fix the many problems that led to its horrific approval rating and the meteoric rise of Donald Trump, it was just easier to destroy the political outsider. Everything we've seen points to this reality. At this point, it is undeniable that is what's happening to our country. And it clearly explains why the entire federal government has been on a mission to protect the sleaziest politician in town. And of course, that would be Joe Biden. There are currently several whistleblowers alleging many different ways our government is concealing Biden family crimes from exposure and from prosecution. The media has been helping keep this protective shield around Biden and his family. You've noticed that, no doubt. And of course they're doing that. The media elected Joe Biden. Of course they're going to protect him. This week, CBS has been working to save some of its credibility by acknowledging a very small part of the D.C. scheme to save Joe Biden's hide. Here it is.
I immediately saw it, was way outside the norm of what I've experienced in the past.
Shapley is seeking legal protections from Congress so he can share specifics of his allegations.
There was multiple steps that were slow walked at the direction of the Department of Justice.
The IRS agent told us he is a registered Republican. His whistleblowing is being assisted by an advocacy group with past ties to the GOP. But Shapley says this is not about politics.
When I saw the egregiousness of some of these things, it no longer became a choice for me. It's not something that I want to do. It's something that I feel like I have to do.
Mm-hmm. As you can see, that's one of the IRS whistleblowers here. Very soft reporting from CBS. Notice how skeptical they are of anything bad about the deep state of the Democrat Party. Whenever it was an allegation against Donald Trump, it was, of course, true. Expect the media to cover a fraction of any accusation against Biden, if any of it at all. That's what we know. That's what we've come to expect, and with the healthiest dose of skepticism possible as well. This story not only alleges that the White House and DOJ are colluding to protect the Biden family, it also alleges the Attorney General committed a felony by lying to Congress when he said this.
I have pledged not to interfere with that investigation, and I have carried through on my pledge.
Right there. Two people directly working on the Hunter Biden case say Merrick Garland is a liar. They say the White House and DOJ are colluding to hamper an investigation into the president's son's alleged tax fraud, which could lead to direct evidence of the president's pay-for-play influence peddling schemes as well, which we've seen are all over the place. They've pulled money out of so many countries. You put all that together, it makes Watergate look like a parking ticket. It really does. And we've been talking about Watergate for 50 years. And for the most part, it's being ignored, this story, or severely downplayed at CBS, and there's been no mainstream coverage of another IRS scandal after the agency tried to intimidate Twitter Files journalist Matt Taibbi as he was exposing the politically charged rot of the D.C. bureaucracy doing all the same kinds of things. The IRS showing up at Taibbi's door the day he was set to testify in front of Congress, a move that's under investigation by Congress. The Committee of the Judiciary is investigating the circumstance of the IRS's visit to the home of this journalist on the same day he testified before the subcommittee on the weaponization of the federal government. The IRS opened its examination of Taibbi's 2018 tax return on December 24, 2022. Not only was this date Christmas Eve and a Saturday, but it also happened to be 3 weeks after he published the first Twitter Files detailing government abuses, and the same day that he published the 9th segment of the Twitter Files detailing how federal government agencies from the State Department to the Pentagon to the CIA coordinated to censor and coerce speech on various social media platforms. That's what your government's been doing. This is how they attack people when they're exposed. It's amazing. And then there's yet another whistleblower alleging the FBI is in possession of documents that prove Joe Biden, our president, took money for policy decisions back when he was the vice president. Huge scandal. The FBI director has acknowledged that this document exists and is refusing to release it, fueling James Comer to issue a warning that Chris Wray, the FBI director, may be held in contempt of Congress. Another massive story being ignored. Without conservative media, these stories would go virtually untold, while the media that controls most of our information and culture brainwash the minions with Orange Man bad 24/7. The masses in this country would continue voting unaware of what's happened to the government they thought they controlled. The truth is, we haven't controlled this government in a very long time, and millions of people are waking up to that, waking up to the reality of what our government is capable of and what they will do if they feel like they're going to lose power, and what they're willing to do to hold on to it and to keep the right people in place. Joe Biden. And some very unexpected people are waking up as well, like the founder of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, who wrote this week, "Splinter the CIA, NSA, and FBI into 1,000 pieces and scatter them into the winds."